For the last decade or so, the story of enterprise tech has been pretty simple. Everything moves to the public cloud. It just seemed inevitable, right? The final destination. But lately, something really unexpected has started happening. A huge migration is underway, but it's not going in the direction you might think. Workloads, especially for AI, are actually starting to come back home. And look, this isn't about saying the public cloud has failed or anything like that. This quote from Richard Mosley really nails it. We're seeing a shift from being cloud first to being cloud appropriate. It means companies are getting way smarter and more strategic, realizing that a one-size-fits-all approach just doesn't work for everything. And we are not talking about a small trend here. I mean, look at this number. A staggering 69% of enterprises are now seriously thinking about moving workloads back from the public cloud. They call it repatriation. And get this, more than a third have already pulled the trigger. This tells you we're in the middle of a major pivot in the tech world. So what are people calling this? Well, experts are calling it the cloud reset. It's this fundamental rethinking of where our apps and our data should live, especially now in the age of AI. So what's really driving this massive change? All right, so the reasons for this big homecoming are really starting to stack up, and they get right to the heart of what businesses care about the most. Okay, so it really boils down to four main drivers. First up, you've got skyrocketing costs. Nearly half of IT leaders feel like at least a quarter of their public cloud spend is just wasted. Then there's the sheer operational complexity. And of course, the ever-present security and compliance risks. But the real kicker, the catalyst that has accelerated everything, has been the absolute explosion of generative AI. And this chart right here, it illustrates the number one reason perfectly: security. A massive 92% of IT leaders trust a private cloud when it comes to security and compliance. When you're dealing with sensitive data, you want control. You want an environment you can completely lock down and govern yourself, and that's exactly what a private cloud gives you. This quote from IDC's Dave McCarthy just hits the nail on the head. The whole generative AI boom has created this brand new kind of fear. I mean, can you imagine? The absolute last thing a company wants is for its secret sauce, its proprietary data, to accidentally get baked into a public AI model. That risk alone is enough to push a lot of companies to bring their AI work in-house. Okay, so we know why this is happening, but how is this shift actually playing out? Well, it's not just one single trend. This move to local AI actually comes in a few different flavors, serving everyone from huge enterprises all the way down to individual developers. So first up, you've got your classic private cloud. This is what big enterprises use when they need maximum control and top-tier performance. Then you have something that's really taking off: desktop AI. This is for you, me, and small teams using apps like Anything LLM to run models totally offline for complete privacy. And finally, you've got the really forward-looking stuff: decentralized AI, which uses tech like blockchain to build a global community-owned AI network. Pretty cool, huh? And this whole idea of running your own AI, it's not science fiction anymore. For individuals, it can be as simple as setting up a local server with a tool like Olama, grabbing a powerful open source model, and just interacting with it right there on your own machine. You get all the power without any of the privacy trade-offs. Now, one of the key technologies that makes a lot of this possible is something called federated learning. And the idea behind it is it's brilliant. Instead of moving all the data to one central AI model for training, you send the model out to the data, wherever it lives. Only the lessons learned get sent back, not the raw data itself. For privacy, this is an absolute game changer. All right, so we've covered the why and the how, but what does this actually mean in the real world? What's the impact? This shift isn't just theoretical. It's already making huge waves in some of the world's most critical industries. Okay, take healthcare. This is absolutely revolutionary. You can have hospitals all over the world collaborating to train an AI model to spot rare diseases, but without a single piece of confidential patient data ever leaving the hospital. It speeds up medical breakthroughs while keeping patient privacy locked down tight. Or think about finance. You can have banks working together to train a shared AI model to detect really sophisticated fraud patterns. Each bank's private transaction data stays on its own servers, but the collective intelligence of the model helps protect the entire financial system. It's collaboration without compromise. And what about manufacturing? Well, here, processing data right on site is absolutely critical. An AI model running on the factory floor can analyze sensor data in real time to predict when a piece of equipment is about to fail. There's zero lag from sending data up to the cloud and back, which can prevent incredibly costly downtime. So, where is all this headed? What's the big picture here? This cloud reset is way more than just a technical tweak. It really represents a fundamental shift in the whole philosophy of how we build and control artificial intelligence. And this slide, I think, really lays out the two different worlds we're talking about. On one hand, you have traditional AI, centralized servers, corporate control, and often secret algorithms. On the other, you have this new decentralized world, a distributed network, community ownership, and transparent processes you can actually audit. It's a totally different way of thinking. And this right here, this phrase really nails the whole shift. We're basically moving away from an AI that's locked up in a private corporate vault and toward an AI that acts more like a world's distributed brain. It's a move from a closed, controlled system to an open, collaborative intelligence that everyone can contribute to and benefit from. So this all leaves us with a pretty big question, right? As this great migration continues, we are all collectively deciding what the future of AI is going to look like. Is it going to be a bunch of walled gardens controlled by a handful of tech giants? Or will it be a truly open ecosystem, built and shared by everyone? The cloud reset is happening now, and the answer, well, it's being written as we speak.